I want to get to, in just a moment, some of the details of that judgment with you, because I know you are also a lawyer. But I also want to ask you, because you have raised an issue of, look, the election, the litigation is over. It's time to now support this administration. But how then would you, or what then will you
No,
say
no,
to
no,
those?
that's not what I said. I said the election is over. It's now time to support your country. I didn't say support
Absolutely.
this.
It's time to support, apologies for that. It's time to support your country. But what then will you say to those who are still agitating, denigrating our judiciary, saying, look, the executive has hijacked the legislature and the judiciary, especially supporters of these political parties?
They do not understand the judicial process. And I'm going to break it down to them. A lot of people are being led by social media, and some of the influencers on social media are very vacuous and unaware. In fact, they're actually illiterate of the judicial process. And then others of them have been paid by some of these people, especially Peter Obi of the Labour Party, or either paid in cash or paid in promises. And so a lot of what they're saying is tainted by their ambition. What you have to understand is that an appeal is not a new trial. An appeal is not a fresh case. An appeal is a judicial review of the judgment that emanated in the originating court. So it's not a new case, it's not a new trial, it's not a new situation. So what happens during an appeal is that the higher court looks at the judgment that the lower court rendered vis-a-vis legal statutes and also case law. And then if the lower court erred in case law or in maybe legal statutes or in equity, then they correct it. So when you start to denigrate the judiciary, it means that you're not aware of Nigeria's case law. We have an electoral act. The electoral act is very clear. It gives a 180-day time period for certain things. It also gives a time limit by which you can present fresh evidence. And it also gives you time within which to file. Now, when you begin to go outside that, and then particularly when you've riled up people on social media, giving them false expectations, then they begin to think that, oh, yes, you can bring this out, you can bring this in, you can bring this. All of those things are extraneous matters. Now, coming to the specifics of the matter, the Supreme Court, by the Supreme Court Act, itself cannot go outside certain parameters. One of those parameters, they cannot go outside the law. And the law is that you cannot consider fresh evidence that was not tendered during the original trial or the original case. And even if you are going to tender fresh evidence, listen, on September 19, 2022, Reno Omokri, I went to Chicago State University. And I found out, without a shadow of a doubt, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was a candidate at that time, did in fact was admitted, attended, and graduated from Chicago State University. Not a female, a male, the current president of Nigeria. And internally, I told people within my party, look, this is something that is going to end in tears. Let's not go there. Let's focus on other things. And one of these other things that I suggested should be focused on is the drug case, which led to forfeiture. So as far as I'm concerned, I am, sad that my party lost, but I do not think that we can question the judiciary. I think that they did their job and they did it within the confines of the law.